Hi guys, this is a follow-up to my Dracomorph review video. I had said that I would show him in action, and I didn't actually get around to doing that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. First of all, though, I want to point out there have been a few changes. This is a few days worth of improvement on Draco. If you watched the previous video, this is how I had him geared. Since then, I have ascended him to 6-star, so I was able to equip this banner. Accuracy banner, pretty solid. I need to get that back. There we go. So, you might be looking at this and saying, well, the stats are worse. Why would you do that? And you're not 100% wrong, but I want to explain my decision here. The accuracy, as I mentioned before, was kind of okay for where I was at, but I started to see a lot of resists pushing higher in the dungeons, and even I think the hard clan boss was, I was seeing a few resists on him. So I happened into a lifesteal set, which I think will progress fairly well for him. It is only a 4-star lifesteal set, so it's not amazing. It's not going to be. But I picked up some speed here. I was able to get defense on the gloves, also speed and health. The only piece that's remaining from my original equipment is this accuracy helm, and that is mainly for the accuracy. Again, good accuracy roll on the lifesteal shield. The chest plate was changed. Previously, this was a defense chest, and it will most likely go back to being that defense chest. At the moment, I need this accuracy because I've got him pushed up to 216. That's almost good enough for Nightmare. Actually, it probably is good enough for Nightmare and almost good enough for Ultra Nightmare. There's also a little bit of speed on this chest. The attack and defense are negligible. I don't see myself needing to roll this up anymore. I've already mentioned the banner a few times, but I'm going to go back here. Once this banner is maxed out, it's 78 accuracy. So that's 28 accuracy that I gain by maxing this banner out, which I will be doing for sure. So, once that is maxed out, I should be able to change this chest plate back to the defense. And hopefully, by rolling some of these other things up, I may get lucky and pull a little bit of accuracy off of those. The speed is also lower at the moment, but you can see here I'm going from a level 16 cruel piece to a level 12 lifesteal piece. Once this is rolled up, I will be approximately the same speed as I was here. And that is enough for hard and brutal clan bosses. It's not really enough for Nightmare, but by the time I get to there, I may have some better pieces to swap out. So, like I said, I'm always keeping Nightmare clan boss in mind, and right now I believe that the accuracy here is more important than a few stats. The lifesteal is going to allow me to stay up a little easier. It's not as good as having this much defense, but it's close, And what I'm going to do right now is spend the small amount of silver that I have and try to upgrade these pieces. I should probably start on the boots, but what I'm going to do is get this to 12. That brings my defense up a little bit. And then with I should have about 1,000,000 silver left. With that silver, I'm going to try to max the boots to get my speed back. Okay, there we go. I got, I'd say, actually a little bit lucky. It cost me 500,000 to go from 12 to 16. That gets my speed back to close to where it was. And I have a little bit, I have a little bit of silver left. So I am going to roll these up as far as I can. I seriously doubt we're going to get to 16 here, but any defense will help. And like I said, I'm not afraid to roll these all the way up because it's a good piece. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. All right. So I would say we're back at it, but if you notice here, I now have less than 10,000 silver. Um, I think I lost about 200,000, and I can't really say that I know why. I can't really blame the crash. Maybe it kept trying to roll, and I ran out of silver, but that would have been, what, 10 rolls worth? Yeah, it's possible, but for now, that's as far as my gauntlets are going to go up. So let me just pull this back. So right now, that's where we're at. Um, as I've mentioned, this is a mid-level, 100% free-to-play account, and I'm excited to see how this works. And I believe that having this lifesteal set outweighs the stats that I've lost here. So we're going to see. I'm going to run through a few things here and let you tag along. First off, I'm going to throw Draco in here to show you how he performs as a farmer. This is Brutal 12-3. You'll see that he's not an excellent farmer. But really, he's not bad. I mean, there's no reason if you pull Dracomorph early, build him. There's no reason to build somebody before him. Build him as fast as possible. He's useful almost everywhere. As you can see here, the lifesteal set's doing its job. It's keeping him up. There goes Baleful Eye. Poison Jaws. And this, oh, it didn't one-shot her, but that's the the A1 doing its triple surplus damage to the second random target. That was the A1 again. Not seeing any huge numbers here. There it was again. I have actually seen this Dracomorph do, I think, 100,000 damage from that A1. As you've seen, he's geared more towards defense right now. So that was just a look to show how he performs as a farmer. It's really not terrible, but compared to somebody like a Skullcrown, there's really hardly any comparison there. So we'll take an extra 15 seconds or so and show you this. And there we go. Moving on. Okay, I also decided to give Draco a shot at Nightmare here. And I already ran this. Actually, I did not record it. But just to show you, give you an idea how he performs on Nightmare. It's maybe cheating a little bit because Bad L is in there also, but I just want to show you how well he does do, especially in that lifesteal set. We've got poisons rolling like crazy. There's that extra hit on the A1. I really wish I would have recorded the last one because the final hit was a 240,000 from Draco's A1. Let's see if we get lucky enough to see something like that again. But like I said, these two are just cruising through this. It may not be the fastest team in the world, but they're barely getting scratched. So with these two, I should be able to 3-star this entire stage, I would say. One more wave. And boom, there's 123,000. Good enough. It's always fun to see that. So, let's move on to some dungeons. Okay, Minotaur is too easy. Let's go for Spider. And alright, stage 14, 7 minutes. I don't think it's going to take that long. Let's see what we can do here. That's why it took so long. My poor little Coldheart. So in order to avoid that, we would want a Spirit Affinity champion to kind of tank, because all of the little spiderlings are more likely to attack a Spirit champion on this level. I really should have tossed the poisons up there, but it's okay. I'm going to let this run. And I'll be back in a few minutes, hopefully with a win. Okay, that was a win. Even though Coldheart went down way too fast. The rest of them pulled it out, and I beat my previous time by, I think, 3 minutes. What's the next one here? Next one's a fire. So he's actually going to go straight for Draco if I run with the same team. I don't think my Kale is in lifesteal gear. Yes, he is. Alright. Is this a good idea? Probably not. Alright, so I'm going to put Man-Eater in there to guarantee that I get through the first wave of spiders. That guarantees the weekend is going to be on. Coldheart should be safe for a couple of rounds. I'm just going to hit this and auto it. And if I fail, I fail. No big deal. Kaboom. There's Siphon. And Draco may very well go down right here. Yep. That's probably a loss. So yeah, this is definitely a loss. The Coldheart is not geared very well and is level 50. We gave it hell. One of the things that I do want to mention is that A3 hit. No weak attacks. It hit every single person on this board. So if that doesn't prove my point there, I don't think anything will. Let's move on and see what's next. It looks like, just by coincidence, most of the stages that I need to push are force. So I'm going to throw Draco in there again. And Skullcrown is just one of my best geared. So she's going with me. Not sure that Coldheart can stay alive. Let's take Gorgo. and just see how we do. And that is why I wanted Gorgo. So stage, what, 18 I think, Dragon? We made it to the boss in just barely over a minute. Here comes the inhale. Draco should get resurrected here, I believe next turn. There's some counterattack love. There's our weaken and decrease defense. Now everybody's going to hit harder. Got some poisons rolling. We might get out of this one. Yep, the poisons were enough. Core goes down, but that really shouldn't matter. More poisons. And that's Dragon 18 down. And possibly a decent helm. For this, I would be hoping for accuracy rolls, double accuracy. I'm going to keep it for later. And what's next? Alright, stage 18 Ice Golem. I do not have anybody that blocks Resurrect. Well, actually I do. I have a Phenax, but at level 40, and especially negative affinity, he's going to be worthless. So, I'm going to throw Gorgo in there and power through. Hopefully. Let's see how this goes. Well, he didn't last very long. And that is a loser. Most likely, Gorgo is not where he needs to be as far as defense and health. Honestly, I haven't looked at him for a minute, so I'm going to say that's that. I'm going to let this run just to see if... Yeah, there's no way that Bad L can solo this. We're toast. Let's see what's next. Okay, I decided to try this stage 15 spider again. I'm putting Kale in, and Kale is basically bait. They should attack Kale first because he has lower health than Draco, and he has the right affinity for the spiders to want to chomp him. So let's see how this goes. I am not going to use his big AoE first because I want to use that to heal if necessary. There's weak and decreased defense on everybody. Oh yeah, Kale can't even take 5 hits. Kaboom. So, no luck once again on stage 15 spider, but there is potential here. Kale and Coldheart are both still at 50. Okay? Makes a big difference. If I can get this exact team to the point where Draco is faster than Coldheart, and Kale can survive a few more hits, this team should be able to auto stage 15 spider. I don't know if that's evident in what I've just shown you, but I know for a fact that it's true. And auto 15 spider is one of the missions in the game, and it's also one that people tend to get hung up on. Having a Coldheart or a solid nuker that has damage based on enemy health is a big part of that, and having the 25% weaken, 60 decrease down, 60 decrease defense is a big part of that, because once you combine those abilities and the nuker, that spider melts. Alternative way to do that is with HP burn. The easily available HP burn is Ultimate Gaelic. So I might get into that more later, but for now that's gonna be it. So just to wrap up this Dracomorph video, I thought I would share how he is doing on Clan Boss with the current setup. I am only hitting hard, the Demon Lord on hard difficulty. Right now, Draco is doing about 4.8. Well, 4.3 here and 4.8 on the first one. I switched out Nazana and Mother Superior, just kind of playing around to see which one was better. But we can just call that about 4.5 million from Draco in the mediocre gear that I have. And he could probably actually hold up pretty well in Brutal. But I don't really have the support for him to do that yet. So that's where we are. And if you watched this whole video, again, thank you very much. And feel free to leave a comment if there's anything I left out or something else you want to see. Thanks.